Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're diving deep into a world of raw energy, rebellion, and surprisingly, artificial intelligence. Buckle up because we're talking punk rock.
Punk rock and AI? That's an interesting mix. I'm intrigued to see where this goes.
It is, right? So recently, I came across a fascinating conversation between a human and a language model, Gemma 2, discussing punk rock and the song Subliminal by Suicidal Tendencies.
Suicidal Tendencies, classic. Subliminal, that's a deep cut. What was so interesting about the conversation?
The human was talking about the song's relevance in today's world, how the lyrics about media manipulation and societal pressures are even more relevant now with social media and algorithms.
No kidding. It's almost like Suicidal Tendencies predicted the future, huh?
Exactly. The conversation highlighted how punk rock's themes of rebellion and questioning authority still resonate today. In this world of information overload, it's essential to think for yourself.
That's so true. Punk rock has always been about challenging the status quo and encouraging individuality.
And here's where it gets even more interesting. The same person also mentioned creating a personal language model called Digital Rat.
Digital Rat? What's that all about?
It's this project where they're training a small language model on their conversations with different AIs, like Gemma 2. It's meant to be a digital reflection of their thoughts, feelings, and experiences.
Wow, that's a pretty unique idea.
Totally. The person even envisions it as a way to create a digital legacy, something their niece can interact with in the future.
Okay, now that's kind of sweet. It's like creating a personalized AI time capsule.
Yeah, and it raises some fascinating questions about AI and our relationship with technology. Like, are we co-evolving with AI?
Co-evolving? Explain that a little bit.
The person in the conversation brought up this idea that humans and AI are developing side by side, influencing each other's evolution. We carry computers in our pockets. Doesn't that make us part android already?
Whoa, that's a mind-blowing thought. I guess we've always had a special relationship with technology, from fire to the wheel. Now, it's just evolving at an exponential rate.
Exactly. And with projects like Digital Rat, we're seeing how AI can become an extension of ourselves, a way to capture our personalities and interact with the world in new ways.
But it also makes you think about the ethical implications, right? Like, how do we ensure that these AI reflections are used responsibly?
Definitely. There are questions about privacy, data security, and even the potential for misuse. But it's also exciting to think about the possibilities.
It does sound like a great way to have a legacy, right? But there are safety concerns to consider.
It's a brave new world, and we're just starting to explore it. Let's shift gears a bit. Stay on the punk rock theme. I'll also read a great essay about Iggy Pop and the Stooges.
Iggy Pop, the godfather of punk. Those guys were wild.
This essay really captured their raw energy and influence. They were more than just a band. They were a force of nature, a sonic Molotov cocktail.
I love that description. So what made them so special?
They stripped rock music down to its bare essentials, churning riffs, primal rhythms, and lyrics about boredom, desire, and rebellion. Their live shows were legendary, with Iggy blurring the lines between stage and audience, smearing himself with peanut butter, and just generally causing chaos.
Peanut butter? That's punk rock.
Totally. And their music was just as confrontational. Albums like Funhouse and Raw Power are considered masterpieces, full of raw energy and unhinged performances.
Their music is raw. It is a whole new level. They definitely paved the way for punk and alternative music.
Absolutely. And Iggy Pop himself became a cultural icon, known for his intense stage presence and his ability to survive decades of trends and personal struggles.
He's a true survivor, a symbol of rebellion and artistic freedom.
Speaking of punk icons, let's not forget the Misfits, another band with a unique sound and image.
The Misfits. Horror punk at its finest.
Exactly. They blended punk rock with B-movie horror and science fiction, creating this incredibly catchy and macabre sound. And their Fiend Skull logo is one of the most recognizable images in rock music.
That logo is iconic. You see it everywhere. So, what made the Misfits stand out?
It was the combination of Glenn Danzig's brooding charisma, Jerry Only's imposing stage presence, and the band's knack for writing incredibly catchy, dark melodies. Songs like Night of the Living Dead and Astro Zombies are classics.
Oh yeah, those songs are total earworms. Their style is unique, and it's like a horror movie.
And their influence is undeniable. They inspired countless bands in punk, hardcore, metal, and goth subcultures.
Definitely. The Misfits are a true testament to the power of originality and DIY ethos.
So, what can we take away from all this? Is there something to learn from the punk rock AI mix?
It seems like it. Even in an increasingly digital age, the values of rebellion, self-expression, and questioning authority are more relevant than ever.
And projects like Digital Rat show us how AI can be used in creative and personal ways, while also raising important ethical considerations.
Punk rock and AI might seem like an unlikely pair, but they both challenge us to think differently and push the boundaries of what's possible.
That's right. So, keep questioning, keep creating, and keep rocking out.
And with that, we're out of here. Thanks for tuning in.